Hello, and welcome to the Bel-E Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
And I'm your co-host, Scratch.
Yeah, can you turn that down a little bit? Oh no, there is something wrong with my headphones. I cannot hear anything out of my left ear. That was all my right ear with that one, but that's okay. Ow. Alright, we're trying some ambient music in the background. We're going to see how this plays out. This is take 2.
Yeah.
Because we had a fiddle with our console over here in the corner, which is no big deal. You got to do what you got to do.
Apparently one of the critters got up and did something to it.
Yeah, because we have that third cat.
Sabotage.
Yeah, who does not do anything he's told. Now I know cats don't do anything you tell them to do.
No.
Him especially. I have never encountered a cat where I've had to spray down and he still keeps doing the dumb shit I've had to spray him down for. You know, it's like, I don't know, he keeps jumping behind my computer. I keep spraying him down carefully because it's still a computer.
Yeah.
And he just keeps doing it. But you know what? As long as he kills the squirrels come next spring, I'll be happy.
I can put something back there.
Please.
Something. I'll put that back there. That way.
Yeah, that'll work.
Because if he gets back there, if he wants to get up there, that's one thing. We just don't want him back here where all the
wires are. No, I don't even want him on top of my console because that's open. I don't want dander and dust flying into my computer. Speaking of which, I gotta spray that thing down with that can of air in there, but that'll be later. Alright. So...
some people's goal in life is to be a can of air.
Some people, they already are. What's your point? You got a story?
No.
Because I'm just recovering from my incident last night, and
yeah,
because apparently, I rolled a natural 1 on my perception check last night.
Nerd alert.
And rolled another nat 1 on my constitution check last night on top of it.
All right.
No, I didn't roll 2 nat 1s in a row. It was more like 5 on perception and a nat 1 on constitution. So, don't drink spoiled milk. If it tastes funny, guess what? It's not good. It's gonna make your stomach feel funny. Ugh.
That's right. When it grows up, it wants to be cheese.
Indeed. My only experience with spoiled milk was when it curdles. That's bad. Of course. But this was like pre-curdled, post-fresh. I had never seen that before.
Yeah, you caught it right in the middle.
I caught it right in the middle, and I've never been able to catch it in the middle, which is why I had 2 spoonfuls of cereal before I'm like, man, fuck this. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this milk. You know, this from local cows, non-homogenized, non-chemical, injected cow milk.
Bovine juice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, milk filled with bovine juice. And then about an hour later, I'm like, so there's the nat 1 on my constitution check. So I had to put myself into a coma last night, or else I was not gonna be sleeping. So yeah, that's about the extent of my evening last night, and I'm still recovering from it this morning. So how are you doing?
I took a nap.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have served you well, because you're not all groggy right this second.
No, not
Good.
really. I did some yoga this week for the first time in a while.
Good.
So I'm feeling much better. I get so angry at myself. Because I just go and go and go and go, and I start feeling like crap, and I don't do anything different.
No, I get it.
And then I do some yoga for a couple of days in a row, and it's like, oh, I feel so much better.
Yeah, exactly. It's why I try to do it every day, or almost every day.
Yeah, I got to get back into at least every other day.
I'll tell you what, I can send you like a 10-minute morning yoga video that I like to do. Just 10 minutes or
the
whatever.
rising sun thingy bobby? Where they stand and...
No. This is like more than one pose. Wait, that's the wrong playlist. No. But no, yoga's good for you. God knows I try.
Yeah. It is good for you. It really is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. I know some people, they'll attribute a spiritual application to it, and I'm not saying you can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of the times in the West, for the most part, it's just a form of stretching. There you go.
Executive stretch.
An executive stretch. Oh. And hey, guess what? Stretching is good for you too. So, what are we talking about right now? Ugh, Lord. Nothing happened last week except for, we just went up north, which is fine. Finally took y'all to this one spot up north that I've been telling y'all about for like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't resistant or anything.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't go until I physically drove you up there.
I had completely forgotten about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't really a matter of, F you, buddy. You don't know what you're talking about, but, that wasn't it at all.
Fair enough. Ugh. Other than that, nothing really exciting happened. I think we covered a lot of it last week with the damn football game and all that fun stuff. Ugh.
That was an interesting observation of culture you've never seen before.
Yeah, I know. Like, they just took the goalpost. I'm still shocked by this about 2 weeks later, after the fact. Because I've never seen that before. I don't have a frame of reference for that. I just...
All these bougie white people became barbarians for an afternoon.
Yeah, I know. Oh, speaking of bougie white people becoming barbarians for an afternoon, I don't know if I said it on the air, but I need to tell people okay, I got something we can start off with, because we're starting a little slow.
Yeah.
Some technical difficulties, and I'm
it kind of threw us off track a little bit.
It's okay. I mean, I really didn't have anything interesting to talk about beyond, I was stupid last night, so let's start with that. I don't know if I said it on the podcast before. I may have mentioned it, but I don't know if I went into explicit detail, but just in case I didn't, I'm gonna go over it again. Alright, so I have, not formally, but semi-formally withdrawn myself from this, series of networking parties run by these local rich white people that, my boss is very adamant that I go to because of networking reasons, even though I have no respect for these people and they have no respect for me. Seriously, like, they try to prop it up as, it's like a big old meet and greet, friends and family, we're dancing, if you're single, come by, you might meet somebody. Ain't nobody there that's single worth meeting, you cow. Not unless you're 60, and I'm like, nuh-uh, I ain't looking for a sugar daddy, this ain't my line of work. Hell nah.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, I gotta watch out for that. And it's just this it's like, okay, all the people who are my age already have a date, and the people who are single are not in my age range. And they're like not into me as well, because they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
And I'm looking at them like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Right.
So... what really...
And they keep hiring the same shitty DJ.
They keep hiring the same shitty DJ. He keeps playing the same shitty playlist. Look, there's nothing wrong with continuously playing mainstream songs to the rich old white people who apparently never musically matured past Cyndi Lauper in the 80s, I guess. Because that's about it. I swear to God, if there are songs out there that sound like Cyndi Lauper's Girls Wanna Have Fun, Madonna's Like a Virgin, and Van Halen's Jump, it's on that fucking playlist, and they keep playing them. There's nothing wrong with the Madonna song and the Cyndi Lauper song. The Van Halen song can go to hell in a handbasket, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with the first two songs, But when you have an entire playlist dedicated to that sound,
right,
that overproduced, definitely made in the studio by a hack with no soul, it gets old very fast.
Lucifer's minions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those are the real Lucifer's minions right there. The people who make
music
without
I just don't want to hear it every day.
Exactly. Except I have to.
I mean, we come from a place where, I am a fan of Leonard Skinner. I just don't want to hear Freebird every time I turn the radio on. They have so much more. That's what irritates me.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner made more than 3 songs,
they made
you
more
assholes.
Than 3 songs. I mean, their work is really good.
Yeah, I know.
I'm running into that with a lot of different other artists I like.
Yeah, exactly.
That a particular app is exposing.
Oh, really? The Green app or the other one?
B.
Oh, yeah,
And they play these different songs by this artist these artists that I like, and I'm like, well, I've never heard that before.
That's why I still have that account with them. But anyway, so the story of these so-called cultured, rich white people becoming animals. Okay, so this was definitely the turning point for me to go, you know what? I don't think I'm meant to be here at these parties. This ain't for me. You know what I mean?
Your boss doesn't go to them.
Hell no, she doesn't.
She used to, maybe.
She used to, and then... I mean, every now and again she'll go, but she practically makes me go to all of them. Now, she pays for my ticket, which I would have... if she wasn't paying for my ticket, I would have said no.
Right.
But this year, I'm just like, or this upcoming series of parties, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. You know, it's Halloween. I need to watch my cousin. I don't need to watch my fucking cousin. She's fine. But I have to give her an excuse of like, oh, I gotta watch my cousin. Or, oh, hey, one of my friends is planning a party, which they are. But I'm just trying to disentangle myself from this predicament. And the incident that made me go, oh, I don't belong here and none of these people are gonna have it any other way, was the Kentucky Derby party.
Oh.
I know I told you about this damn party. I'll give you a quick synopsis. The Kentucky Derby is about a race of horses over in Kentucky, and it's basically just high stakes gambling, masquerading with the veneer of culture and society. Gentility. It's a 2-week party for a 2-minute race. I think I heard.
Horse people.
It's horse people. Which here's the thing.
And horse people have money.
Of course, because you need money to have horses.
And they're kind of odd.
Oh yeah, that horse girl stereotype exists for a reason, and it's not just the horse girls, it's all of them. And here's the thing, I don't mind people can like what they like. If you like horses, there's nothing wrong with that. If you like cows, hey, that's fine too. If you like rodeos or toy trains or whatever, that's fine. I swear to God, if that thing is on the fritz. Oh God, I don't want to use the OBS recording. It's not the best.
We'll use part of it.
Oh Christ. Anyway, so what ended up happening was there was a party that was like the night before the Kentucky Derby, the actual one, and everyone, they're all dressed up in their big old stupid hats, me included. I've got pearls. Everyone is just, I've got like a yellow hat and a purple dress. I'm looking like a damn pansy with a string of pearls because fuck y'all. And, honestly, it was I kind of wish we had more parties like that, because normally when I show up, everyone is like dressed to the nines in their whatever the hell the equivalent of whatever name brands you want to attribute to it. And I'm always going in there just jacked up out of fashion because, hey, I'm not wearing any Gucci or Armani clothes, because I just don't.
You have what you have.
I have what I have. I'm wearing my clothes. They have to wear a designer suit. To each their own, but don't look at me funny just because I'm not partaking in your so-called civilized party attire. So the Kentucky Derby party was about the only time, except for the Halloween parties, the only time everybody dressing all fucked up. Because it's the Kentucky Derby. We're wearing all our silly hats. We're in our frilly outfits. Because for some reason, that's just the culture. That wasn't the problem. What ended up happening was I don't know why. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. But thankfully, I was raised with the notion of money changes everything.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how little, how much, what the game is, doesn't matter. Money changes everything. So when I come in there, you know, I'm grooving, I'm feeling pretty good, but then I noticed very coincidentally, next to the bar was the quote-unquote Kentucky betting pool. And apparently they had some kind of program up on a TV where they played old footage of the Kentucky Derby races, like old 2-minute reels.
Okay.
And what they would do is everyone bet $5 max, and the pot would go to the winner. Or if no one won, it would just recycle into the next round.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
But it was a $5 minimum to place a bet on a horse that had already won the race, like, years ago. This, like I said, this is old footage. Not black and white, just previous years' races. That somehow no one thought to, like, Google, no one thought to pull, like, a Back to the Future 3 and break out their Gray Sports Almanac on Google to see who won the last 50 Kentucky Derby races so they would just keep winning money. I thought of that, but I was sober and too far away from the event. And boy howdy, did I see those so-called gentrified, cultured individuals turn into fucking raving lunatics. They're all betting $5 on a pony race that had already been run 5 years ago, and they are still losing their mind when they win or lose. These people that dare look at me, who's trying to have fun, who's trying to survive in a business where I gotta go talk to people to get them in the gym, they look down on me. It's like, oh, who the hell are you? Just some street urchin? I know it. I see it. Because I couldn't help it not. And then here they are, all getting about as drunk as skunks, betting on a pony race that doesn't even... I swear to God, one woman made her rent that night. She was celebrating so hard. She just, a shrill shriek of celebration just echoed across the whole venue.
Betting on a race that had already
been run. Uh-huh.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. It was about that time when I saw all that bullshit happening. You know, that crowd started to get bigger. More people were buying drinks. More people were getting ugly with each other as the night wore on. And I said to myself, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And I quickly went to the pizza joint right next to it, ordered a small pizza because that was all the dinner I was going to get that night. And I went home in my nice frilly purple dress.
Yeah, when I was in high school,
animals.
About 35, 40 years ago, a guy I knew, he was he was shooting pool in a pool hall that had these really questionable. It was a dive.
Of course, it was a dive bar.
It was a hole in a wall bar, These games are 25 cents was a quarter per game.
Sure.
I don't know what they are now.
I don't know.
And beat a guy out of $2, and they got into it over it, and the guy actually pulled a knife and stabbed him and killed him.
Yeah.
Over a $2.
$2.
Now, definitely 40 years ago, $2 was...
$2 actually meant $2.
$2 was more than, you know.
Yeah. $2 today is about the same equivalent
like
of...
$2 today is one soda that you can get out of a machine.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 1/4.
Yeah.
Back then, you could probably get
2 or 3.
You could probably get maybe 3 or 4 sodas.
Yeah, $2 today. $2 today is about the equivalent of 3 pennies, coupon to Arby's, and a paperclip.
And a pinch of pocket lint.
And a pinch of pocket lint to boot. Yeah, that's about it.
So, and I remember all that going down, and I really didn't understand it completely until during my last year or two in nursing school. I played poker with a friend of mine in these bars and clubs. And
another dive.
These dives, people in the back room playing poker.
Yeah.
And noticed how when money got involved, it changed everything.
Yeah.
It really did. It was crazy. And it didn't really matter the amount.
No. Clearly, $2 game for your buddy or a friend of yours, acquaintance, whomever.
Money gets involved,
it fucks everything up.
Because everybody's like among family, it's like if you want to play, people will play for matchsticks, pennies,
the actual chips themselves with no monetary value behind them.
Once wads of cash come out on the table, I will not play. I will not play family for cash. No.
Hell to the no. No, that ain't happening. Not on my watch.
It's weird.
Not for me.
It really is. It's really weird how that works.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it myself, but
there's this deep-seated thing about it that just drives people into another level.
Oh, I know that.
It's all for fun, but when it's not fun, it's not all for fun, then it's all for cash, and then that's a problem.
And then that's a problem.
It's really interesting to watch people transition into that.
Oh, I watched it unfold at that party. That's just kind of where... That was just the big tipping point for me to go, okay. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, everybody has this self, and especially when it comes to... And this is something I don't understand about gambling. And if you don't and if you gamble...
Yeah.
If anybody listening to this, if you gamble and you don't understand this... then I'm talking to you, because anybody that gambles that understands gambling is going to understand what I'm getting ready to say, and that is, okay, the house always wins.
The house always wins.
Okay, if you don't understand that when you gamble, you are stepping into a trap. Okay.
Just by going in the front door.
Yeah, just by interacting. Okay, with it, you are stepping into a trap.
But the people who know.
People who know. The people that don't know, they think they got a legitimate shot.
No.
No, you don't.
The house always
wins. And, and it's those people that get, really upset, really angry. And, media culture, it always inflates. Oh, you're a gambler. You're a risk taker.
Which is true.
And 99%.
But at the same time,
99% of the people that exist in this world really aren't. They think when they lose there's something wrong or they've been cheated.
No. The game was just rigged from the start.
Game's rigged from the start.
Yeah. Although I suppose a lot of people will attribute that to, say, stock trading and what we do.
Well, I mean, exactly. You have to understand.
It's not wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
But the problem is that at least, and of course there's people there are like little underground groups that's like, this is the proper way to throw dice when you're at the roulette table, or not the roulette table, craps. Yeah, the craps table. You stay away from the slot machines because you can't really do anything. This is how you count cards in poker. There are obviously things out there, strategies.
Yes.
Especially poker. But at least in my opinion, at least with, trading stocks, you at least have a graph to look at. You can at least see the price go up and down.
Well, it's like, but see, that's the whole thing. See, people don't want to, they don't want to have to do the work that it takes to be successful at that type of stuff.
Indeed. So.
It's like buying lottery tickets. You just want to, and I'm the same way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I just want to show up and pay my money and
leave.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I get that.
But, there's a strategy to increase the probability of you making a profit.
It's probably why you only buy a ticket when it gets so high.
I mean, it's like once it gets like the half a $1 billion, it's like, okay.
It's like, okay, sure. I'll throw $5 at it.
$5, $20, something like that.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, you got to just,
For legal reasons, we're not teaching you how to gamble.
No, I'm not teaching anybody how to gamble.
No, this is just things that we
Well,
do.
when I meet people that are talking about, people that go, there are literally people that, like we go up into the mountains and we drive around.
Yeah.
And we enjoy local culture.
Oh, of course.
Local towns and stuff like that. There are people that will go, their idea of that perfect Saturday afternoon is to go gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I know that.
At a casino or a casino boat.
Those still exist?
Yes.
Those steam river boats?
No. They're not. They might, but there are places in this country where if you're on the land, it's illegal.
So, that's what the boat's for.
The boat is docked, or a facility is on water.
What kind of Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer bullshit is that?
It's like in the
Mark Twain are you talking about?
I know there's places like that in Mississippi because
of course there is. I didn't know it still existed.
Oh heck yeah.
Fuck.
No. They'll go down there and they'll park in the parking lot and they'll walk out on this pier.
Yeah, because technically that's on the water.
It's on the water, and
they'll
enter a.
So what? Mississippi River is considered public land. You just do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't know exactly what the particulars are, but I do know that you can't gamble on the land.
So you go to the water.
So you go gamble on the water.
This is some next level Huckleberry Finn shit right here.
I'm telling you, I mean, it exists.
All right.
It's really interesting.
That's
fine.
fine.
I remember people that used to go down. I mean, that's all they talked about. Oh, next weekend I'm going.
Gonna go down to the steamboat. I'm gonna go play bingo at the steamboat parlor. I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about?
Nobody ever loses any money. They always,
What is it? A tax write-off? What the fuck is happening?
I don't know what it is, but I know if you win, you better put it on your taxes.
Oh, of course you should. No dirt.
I think there's a way you can put it you can take it off your taxes, but as a loss. There's a way to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, there is a way to do it. I just don't know how to do it. No, unfortunately, none of my current clients are accountants, or else that would have been like that. Oh my God, the day I get an actual accountant as one of my personal training clients,
right.
I'm going to ask them several questions of increasingly amoral varieties.
Right.
Oh, no. I'm not going to ambush them, but I'm going to be asking them some very hyper-specific questions that kind of let them know, oh, hey, you're not just a meathead. You know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Kind of the opposite of that one, oh, Jesus. All right, I know I told you, I don't know if I mentioned this on the air, I had, the way it works at my job is you come in for, like, the free consultation, the workout, kind of try before you buy, all that fun stuff, or at least I do that.
Right.
Because I'm better at selling the training while we're doing the training. The guy that trained me, he doesn't do that, he can just sell it on his own merit. But he's been doing it for a lot longer than me. He's earned that right, and he's definitely in that mode of, if you don't want to trade with me, that's none of my business. You can leave,
Right.
So I try to be more like that, unlike the person that signs my paychecks. Anyway, so a couple months ago, I took this person through a style. I took this person through training. I am convinced this woman had no soul.
It happens.
I don't mean she was the devil. I mean she either was high off her tailspin on some kind of medication, or she had no soul.
Was she red around the eyes?
No,
really?
But she didn't blink a lot.
Really?
Yeah. That was kind of the first thing that made me go, what in the fuck is it? Now, I know what it looks like when people are high off Adderall, because their pupils don't, they're just constantly at full dilation. So I know what that looks like. I know when I'm talking someone they're high on meth. That's not hard to spot. It's very easy, especially since I did about 3 years of retail work in a meth town. Well, 50% meth town at that rate. I don't know what it is today.
Yeah.
This woman I am convinced this person had no soul. I think that I met the physical embodiment of piece of meat with a pulse. Because no matter what I said, no matter what we did, there was no reaction. And I don't mean numbness. I mean, like, I would ask them questions like, hey, is this weight too heavy? Is this too light? How do you feel? And it was just always like, okay. Like, that's not an answer. You don't just, the answer to it's too heavy is okay. Like, what? And I'm like halfway through training her, and I'm thinking like, oh, if you sign, I'm just gonna whip your ass. You better leave after this. Because when I greet people, I've got that trainer face going because I'm supposed to.
Right.
And even when we're all said and done, I take her into the back, and I'm like, did you really have fun? Like, you can be honest with me. Like, I let that mask slip, and I let her see me.
Right.
Because I'm all out of tricks. Well, not tricks per se. I'm just all out of techniques and stuff to use. You know, I've dropped the salesman persona to show her who I am, and I said, come on. You know, it's like, give me a reaction. Like, how do you feel? Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Like I said, she didn't really blink an awful lot. Didn't complain. Didn't praise. Just walked in there, said she needed another personal trainer because she wanted to switch from whoever she had previously. I showed her the price listing. She had no reaction to that.
Zombified.
Just completely zombified. And I don't mean depressed. I mean nothingness.
Right.
Just an abyss of a person.
No, there's
any energy I threw at her was just lost and gone.
There's a depression medication that I used to take that turned you into that.
That might be a bit part of it then. I don't know. But I have not heard from this person again, and whoever she gets stuck with, I'm sorry for you, my friend. Because here's the thing. I can train somebody who's happy. I can train someone who's demanding. I can even train the picture of unhappiness. Because when I have something I can hold on to,
right.
Like this is what I have to deal with for this hour. This is how I work around it.
Right.
But if you give me nothing, you shall receive the same in abundance.
It's like climbing a sheer-faced cliff.
Yes.
Okay, there has to be something there that I can hold, that I can...
Yeah, because if it's just a smooth wall with nothing to grab onto,
there's nothing
then there's nothing for me to do.
There's nothing for me
My
to
job
do.
is done before. My job is over before it even began.
Right.
So... Oh my God!
You know, being a little irregular. I mean, that's what you know. I submit this to. There's a lot of people, especially today in today's culture. There's this, and I see it growing by leaps and bounds. This how to be unique, how to be different, how to be how so I can draw fans and clicks, and how I can get likes.
Yeah.
You know.
Use your uniqueness in order to get social prestige.
The problem is, the issue is, what people don't understand is you just need to be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself.
I mean, if you're...
And if you don't know who you are, that's probably part of it, is a lot of people don't know who they are. And for
that is true.
And for that, you need to do some inner work, my friend.
Well, I think a lot of that truth is already staring you in the face. I think a lot of people do know who they are, but they've been told there's something wrong with that.
Oh yeah, that's why you got to do your inner work, which is a process, because it's called work. It's worth it. It's
like being, and people like, short people that are shorter than me talking about. It must be easy for a tall person like you, or something like that. It's people with straight hair want curly hair. People with curly hair want straight hair. It's just be you. Be okay with what you are. Be okay with how you were made.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And if you're not, you'll never get on the other side of it. You'll never find happiness. You never find contentment. You never will.
Yeah.
There's always this. There's an element that.
Well, there, yeah.
I mean, you never find Zen.
No. You either figure out who you are, or you stop trying to be someone that you're not.
Yeah, let's try stop.
And that goes both ways across
ways.
It's kind of a two-way street. That goes across the bow to everybody.
Yeah. People are like, I think it. I want to be somebody else because I don't really like who I am. I don't think
you can change who you are, but you got to figure out who you are.
Well, a lot of it has to do, in my opinion, especially what's going on today, is that if you're not tall, if you're not short, if you don't have more pigmentation in your skin,
or you have less, or you need to have less,
or
whatever.
Whatever. I mean, there's this homogenized approach that people are having, and they got to dress a certain way, or talk a certain way, or act a certain way, or anything, and it's outside the scope of who and what they are. And I think they're always going to be unhappy. People say, "Well, you can't accept me the way I am."
You can't accept you the way you are. You can't
accept you the way you are. Okay, you're getting angry at me because I honestly and truly don't care.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with me.
No, it really doesn't. Here's the thing. I get to a certain point. You're an adult, whomever this is, this prime example is. You're an adult. You can make decisions for yourself. I get it. But hey, guess what? At the end of the day, I don't owe you any more validation than you owe me validation for waking up in the morning.
And I'm not seeking your validation at all.
No, I'm just trying to do my best to get through this life one day at a time, preferably in comfort. Because honestly and truly, it's like, why don't you want to do this? Because I don't want to. But I understand that.
Right.
It's like, why don't I want to work 60, 65 hours per week at my job? Because I don't want to.
Well, I don't want to.
Why, every now and again, I just want to say that to my boss. Like, she'll give me the scope, like, this is your paycheck, this was X amount of money for X amount of hours. And every now and again, she'll point something out like, if you hit 40 hours or 45 or whatever, it would have been more. And I'm thinking to myself, ma'am, I make a bare minimum of $25 an hour when the previous 2 jobs, technically previous 3 jobs, they gave me shit pay for all the work that I had to do, and I see that now.
Right.
Because I'm in a job where it's the exact opposite. I don't need to hit a certain number of hours, and I sure as hell ain't doing 60, 65 a week.
What you have to watch out for, and I've run into this a lot in nursing. Mm-hmm. You have to watch out for those people who what they do has become their life.
Yes, that is the person who signs my paycheck to a T, which is unfortunate.
So They will judge you according to their expectations of themselves.
I can give you a prime example of what I'm talking about.
Right.
Hang on. So, all right. What prevents me from, honestly and truly, just losing my damn mind at my boss? And I know I complain about her a lot because, you know what, right now, the market's shitty and I don't want to watch any fucking movies because I can't find anything that I like anymore. Cause now every time I sit down and watch a movie with a few notable exceptions, I'm always taken out of it by some kind of real world bullshit.
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't ask for this, so I just decided to dismiss the whole thing altogether. All right, that's the last of the tea. So, unfortunately, she's just gonna have to be the punching bag for right now, which is unfortunate because, like I say, her heart's in the right place. She is a human being. Her experiences and life is valid, and I believe that.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
No matter how much I gripe about it. But I want to fucking block her on all my social media and my phone. I'll give you an example. Who I was trying to figure out the other week. Is what you do who you are now? Like you said.
Right.
Like, how far does this rabbit hole go? Because I'm still trying to I'm still trying to untie that Gordian knot in myself. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it just gives me something to do besides telling people, like, okay, get over here, do push-ups. Okay. Oh, that was too quick. Here's a plate.
It's better to see, 'cause sooner or later your boss is going to have to face this.
She is. I just don't know
and
when.
And you're getting to it 30 years before she does. Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
It's a point we all have to face sooner or later.
Where you realize, oh God, what happened?
Right.
So, well, at least the thing is, it's not shameful to get to the point of, oh God, where did my life go? As long as you lived your life.
Right.
You know, you lived your life in a way that I hope you're happy with. I'm living my life in a way that I'm currently happy with. I did enough traveling as a young lass to go, you know what? I'm okay. Like, if I did nothing else the rest of my life, I would be okay with that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, I want to go to see the mountains of Colorado for some reason. I don't know why.
You'll get there.
Oh, I know I will. But I was trying to figure out the other week of, like, how far has this gone? 60, 65 hours a week. You're having to pay for rent at the gym, plus your new place, plus the utilities, plus the bills.
Yeah, I mean, what are you paying that price for?
Yeah, what are you paying that price for? Like I've said in the past, she's already overextended, and for some reason can't or won't hire other people, which, in my opinion, is like the one thing you should do if you're overextended like that. But hey, whatever. So I'm trying to look at her and go, like, there has to be more to you than what I'm looking at right now. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to your house, when it's just you and your dog, what do besides just watch TV? Because I know we all fucking watch TV.
Right.
At least here I have a base that I'm noodling on. I'm practicing my scales on the base. I have this watercolor right here in the corner. I've got pastels. I've got a dog. I have belly dancing. That's where my name comes from. I have all of these different things. I'm not saying this makes me better or worse than her. I just have stuff other than trainer. And that's it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then this past week, I finally got my answer. Almost as if there's some kind of divine thingamabob that knows the questions that I ask myself and of the universe.
Timey-wimeys.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. And she got a video sent. I don't know if she found it or if someone sent it to her. I'm willing to bet she found it on YouTube because it was a YouTube video. It was an ad for, it was like a really old ad commercial for cheese. I don't know, like Swanson's cheese or whatever.
Okay.
Hey, wait, hang on. This tracks.
Continue.
This tracks. Okay, so the commercial, it's 3 songs, 3 parts. The first part is like this whimsical sounding music, and it's this mouse going through this wall. Again, ad for cheese. Mouse, mousetrap, cheese.
Cheese.
So, this mouse is winding. You may have seen it at some point.
My brain is...
I can see the gears turn in your head.
I think I know.
So, the mouse is winding its way through these halls, and it stumbles across a mouse trap with cheese on it, because it's an ad for cheese. Goes over to the trap, nibbles on the cheese, and the trap springs. The second song is like this very heartbroken it's like this almost tragic anthem as the camera keeps staring at this rat who's caught in this mouse trap. And then the third song is Eye of the Tiger, because the mouse starts doing nose breakers with the mouse trap.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
You've fucking seen this commercial. And she starts begoffing at this commercial. She's showing it to all of her clients. She shows it to me. I have got the biggest plastered smile across my face because, number one, I fucking hate Eye of the Tiger.
Me too.
It's a great song. I got a lot of respect for the people who do train to...
The first 10,000 times I heard it,
the first 10,000 times, it was fantastic. But my boss plays it every fucking day. I get to hear it for hours every week.
Man.
Because she does not hit shuffle, ever.
You know it's coming, too.
And I know when it's coming, because I know what song plays before it.
6 songs down, you're like, oh.
Yeah, 6 songs down, I know what's coming.
5 songs. Oh.
Yeah. It's like, you
could actually enjoy it if it just was sprung on you.
Oh, sure.
But if you know it's coming, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, especially since it's the first song on her fucking playlist that always plays. And it's followed immediately by, for those who are about to rock, We Salute You by AC/DC, or whatever the fuck that song's called.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck!
Yeah.
And... that's when I knew right there. It's like, oh, the trainer and the person, if they are not synonymous with each other, they're about 95% synonymous with each other. Because she was just begoffing, almost about to piss herself laughing at this mouse doing nose breakers with the damn mouse trap.
Right.
And I get it. It's a clever commercial, but I don't find it funny because being a personal trainer is what I do. It's not who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's well, I don't, and here's my issue with those folks. Be who and what you are.
Yeah.
But you don't get to qualify me. Based on how you live your life per se.
I try not to do that to other people.
I try not either. Okay, you don't pull for the same
football team
as I do.
Yeah, we literally just talked about this. Don't be like the Orange Madness people.
Don't be like the Orange Madness people.
Yeah, we're not trying to say that we're better or worse because we have more hobbies.
We don't spend time at the same place on the weekend.
Oh no.
Those sorts of things. And to me, I don't really try to figure it out anymore because it's not really worth the effort.
Yeah.
Is that, these folks that define themselves that way,
that's just how they define themselves.
And
that's okay, but like you said, just, that's your measuring stick. It's not
your measuring
mine.
stick. It's not mine.
Yeah.
And,
it's kind of why I don't pay attention to her if and when she goes, working more hours, trying to get more people, when in actuality I'm just sitting there going,
well, see,
I'm
there
fine.
you go. See, that's the language that she speaks.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand. I don't know whether it's a level of understanding. It might be something that is, it's beyond her. It's like, she speaks English and being mad at her because she doesn't speak French. I mean, she does not understand how to interact with you.
No, that's fine.
Any other way.
That's kind of what. Oh no, that's why I'm not pissed at her all the time.
There's a lot of people that are like that.
Oh, I know.
They're in this pocket.
And that's it. Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. I got no problems with her on that front. But it, like I said, it tells me, oh, my time here is not indefinite.
Right. Well, I mean, I run into that with what I do. I have made it. I have to make it constantly clear to one or two of my coworkers that what I do is what I do, and it's
not who you are,
not who I am.
I know.
I'm not taking this stuff home. Okay. I work, and I'm very proud to do what I do. I work in a noble profession.
You do dialysis. People need that.
I mean, and being a nurse, I am very proud to be a nurse. But I don't take it home. Well, I don't try to take it home. It comes home with me sometimes. It has caused issues, but the main thing is there's some people that this is what I get paid. There is a big difference. This is what I get paid to do.
Yes.
And when I'm not being paid to do it, I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
Okay, it's on my mind enough. It doesn't mean I don't care. Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't spend 3 decades doing it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be doing it at all. Because I'm that type of person.
Oh, yeah.
There are plenty of people in this world, and I'm going to tell you something, people. The reason that you're unhappy with your life is because you're making decisions based on what somebody else is expecting of you. You're making decisions based on what you think life expects of you, or a loved one.
You're making decisions based off things that aren't what you want or you need.
I make decisions based on what I want. Okay. That's why you hear, sometimes you hear people that are they're involved in, long-time relationships. Now, there's a difference between when you develop a relationship and you have a certain responsibility, especially as a parent. Yes, you have to, there is, once you develop those types of responsibilities, there is a certain way, excuse me, you need to pursue your life. But if you don't have those responsibilities, I mean, it could be her sanity. It could be what's keeping her sane. It could be what's keeping her on track.
That's fine, but at the same time, here's where my predicament comes in, I guess. Here's the thing. I've already made up my mind of, it's like, oh Christ, oh God. That day you came in and you and I trained with, and she was there, and you got to hear her music.
Yeah.
I remember that day. You weren't terribly excited, and that's also why we had only gone on Saturday so we could play my damn music, because we're just that type of, and this is what I've had to explain to her and a couple of the clients. I put on Megadeth, Motorhead, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Alice in Chains, well, the faster Alice in Chains. Faster, heavier, louder, because that's the language you and I speak. I don't know what your first experience in a gym was, but my first experience in a gym was with you and Bro,
right,
where for the most part, if it was, I don't want to say that you always trained at gyms that are more akin to meathead caves where it was just big fucking guys picking up big fucking heavy weights and then slamming them down and rip snorting, yelling, cussing, and loud music playing. But that's my first experience with the gym.
Right.
Is that. So when I put on my playlist, it's that.
Well, I mean,
but I guess it's kind of irrelevant because just the other day, I don't know if this is true or not. I want to say it is because she is that type of person that doesn't lie. She just doesn't say anything. She did tell me the other day that she was partial to training with 9 Inch Nails, like by herself. That's the music she listens to when she trains. And I'm like, what in the fuck did you just say to me?
Well,
Crap,
what
I mean more Tylenol. Fuck, I feel it. Anyway, you were saying.
No, I mean, to me, training was always an escape.
Yeah.
It was always a place where I could go hide from the rest of the world.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It was my therapy for a long time.
And that's what you needed.
I mean, I don't know. And that's something that I'm dealing with. I'm going through a transition right now.
We all are.
Yeah, we all are. I mean,
everybody.
Yeah, the Great Reset.
Yeah, the Great Reset. I just wanted to get it over with.
The beer flu had a bigger impact on me.
The beer flu had a bigger impact on everybody.
And basically what happened to me was that it incapacitated some people around me on my job, and it forced me into a situation where I was carrying a lot more of the load than I signed up for. So
yeah, I know.
Because I was holding. That's
why you don't want to do this anymore, or not in the same capacity you have been doing.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore.
I don't blame you. That's why you're trying to get your words permitted up.
Yeah. It's not that maybe I just need a break.
I know what it is for all of us. Burnout.
Yeah, we're all burned out.
We're all burned out.
Yeah, we're all burned out, absolutely.
That's what it is. Because you don't hate your job, but you don't want to do it. I don't hate my job, but I don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah. It's burnout.
It's burnout. That's
the title of the episode.
A. Well, there we go.
It's burnout.
It's burnout.
We're all burned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm burned out.
Either that's the title episode, or it was. I had an idea earlier of like. Fuck, I can't even remember what it was.
All right.
Burnout.
Let's explore it.
Fine.
What constitutes burnout?
You don't want to do the thing even though you want to do it. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Well, you mean for me, I mean, it pays my bills.
Yeah.
I'm paid well. People are like, well, if I made what you made, I wouldn't have anything to complain of. I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining per se. I'm just. You just don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. I'm worn out.
Yeah. Yeah, we need. Yeah, you and I. Oh, actually, everybody. We need more than a 2-week vacation. We need like a 2-month vacation. Just completely reset.
I see that happening across the whole spectrum.
Oh,
everybody is so burned out.
I know you've been seeing these articles of this new phenomenon called quiet quitting, where people don't want to quit.
Quiet quitting, yes.
People don't want to quit their jobs, but they don't want to quit their jobs because that's their only source of income. But they just do the absolute most bare minimum. And I realized I started doing that months ago before it even became a term. Right. It's like, why don't I seek more people to train? Because number one, if God, the universe, and everything saw fit, I will receive the people that are sent to me.
Exactly.
Because as a woman, receiving gifts from the universe is my superpower.
That is true. Yes.
You ask why the matriarch is the way she is, because that's how her and I are built.
Yep.
We are receivers, and as a rule, that feminine energy is a receiving, and that masculine energy is a projecting, giving.
Sure.
That's generally how from my research, that's generally how it works.
Push and pull, yin and yang.
Push and pull, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're all just burned out.
Yeah, we're all just burned out. And the second thing I thought about was I'm just like, it's not that I don't, like I said, we don't hate our jobs.
No.
You think, you say this is a noble profession, and it is, and it pays well. You're not on your feet all the time, but you still don't want to do it.
I have a really good situation now.
Yeah, we all do, but
I'm just like,
we're just all like, man, fuck this.
I'm just burned out.
We're just burned out.
Beer flu.
Beer flu fucked us all.
It did, and this is what the number it played on me, because every day I had to get up and go into an environment where
it was a fight.
It was a fight.
Yes.
It was
every single bloody day.
Every single bloody day. It was from hitting the time clock to start to hitting the time clock to end. It was a fucking war every day. And that stress of it literally, I mean, no, it's not military. No, it's not like being in battle. No. But there was a sense of, there was a sense of, something could happen to me that could take my life.
Yes.
Or I could contract something and take it home and give it to people I care about, and it could kill them.
Yes.
And that went on for
about a year or so.
So it's like a year in combat.
Oh yeah. No, you can get you can get traumatized by more stuff than just war.
No, I've said
I just disagree with the aspect of you can get military active combat level trauma from just watching a TV show or a movie. I disagree with that.
No.
Oh no, I've heard that shit tossed around, and I'm thinking there is no fucking way we are breeding people so small and sheltered that they get the same level of PTSD as an active combat veteran from watching fucking Pearl Harbor or something like that, or
Ben Affleck,
no. Oh no. Better example. What? 1917.
That was a good movie.
That was a great movie. But does watching it automatically give us wartime trauma? No. It's good. It's very good.
It gives people who are hiding from reality a check.
Yeah, it gives. Yeah. Oh no, that movie is a big vibe check of like, oh, life is not all smiles and sunshine.
A pool full of dead bodies.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have to burn everyone in a mass gravesite, or else we'll get spotted, or else we'll get sick from the bodies and die. Oh no. Yeah, typhoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't fuck with the psalm, everybody.
I've said that. I've made a joke about it to the people I work with.
How so?
I have post-traumatic stress disorder when it comes to this job. I just dread it. I want to go to a different building.
Yes.
I want to see different faces.
Yes.
And there are people in there that I care so much about.
Yeah, it's not that you don't give a fuck about these people.
I really, it
you
isn't.
You just need to stop.
I just everything, it just reminds me of, and and the reason that I know it exists because I know I'm better now than I was a year ago.
I agree with that.
I know psychologically I'm better now than I was a year ago.
This podcast definitely helps.
Podcast definitely
Even
helps.
if we don't get, if we never get to, like, hypothetically Joe Rogan level listeners.
Oh.
Hypothetically, I mean, we're working towards it, but even if we never got there, this is a good therapy for the both of us.
They're going to talk about us like they talk about Plato.
They better.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Atlantis, yo.
And actually, that does bring up a grand question. I would like to segue into one of my favorite quotes of Socrates, I believe.
Yes.
In the immortal words. Stop laughing. In the immortal words of the great philosopher Socrates, I drank what?
I drank what?
You know what's kind of fucked up?
What?
The last day of my philosophy class, there was a quote on the wall that I think he was your original philosophy teacher at the same college. I just happened to take the last class.
I think we did determine that.
Yeah. I just happened to take the last class he was ever teaching, and apparently, since it was the last class he was teaching before he retired, he just went off the fucking rails. Look.
Sure.
A 68-year-old man stared the six of us in the face and said, as soon as he was retiring, he and his wife were going up north to join an ashram. This man was out of control.
I'm not familiar with that term.
I think it is wait, no, not an ashram. That's Hindu. What's the Buddhist monastery equivalent?
In this country?
Yes. Probably somewhere up near New York, if I had to guess. But look, this man stared us in the face and said he was going to join a Buddhist monastery up north in the country, further up towards Canada.
Awesome.
I was like, this man gives zero fucks, and I love it. And he was my favorite teacher at that college. I also passed his class with flying colors, so that tells you something.
Yeah.
And he had a quote he loved. Let's see, it was, wait, hang on. There was Plato, which was later, then Socrates. Was Aristotle the one in the middle? Yeah, Aristotle was the one in the middle. He loved Socrates and Plato.
Uh-huh.
He loved Socrates because he was like he claimed he was like one of the first major Western philosophers. He said the problem was he never wrote down anything that he said, except for Plato, who was the one that was writing down most of his shit, and that's why we remember Plato, according to him. And he said Aristotle was a suck-up to the Grecian government because they had executed Socrates for apparently disrupting the youth with thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you question our pantheon of gods, shit like that.
Right.
And there was a quote on...
A disturber of the peace.
A disturber of the peace. So apparently Socrates was secretly Gandalf anyway. So he had a quote. He always had a different philosophy quote on the board.
Uh-huh.
Nietzsche, Socrates, Plato, and there was like one day it was Aristotle, apparently. A couple of other people that I can't remember off the top of my head. Definitely had some quotes from one of the Dalai Lamas. There's a bunch, so he just picked one and just kept doing it.
Right.
And then the final day, it was a quote by Socrates, because that's how we began the class, talking about Socrates. We ended the class with a quote from Socrates. And just as everyone was getting up to leave, I went over to the board, and right above the dash Socrates, denoting this is a quote from them, I wrote the new quote, "I drank what?" question mark. The teacher saw it, had several questions. I pulled up the video of Steve Martin telling that joke.
So beautiful.
And he about pissed himself laughing. And I said to him, "Sir, since this is your final class teaching here, you're gonna go join that Buddhist monastery or whatever the fuck you and your wife are gonna do." I didn't say that part, but
Right.
I said, "I'd like to leave you with a joke. I'd like to leave you with something to remember. In the immortal words of the philosopher Socrates, I drank what?"
I drank what? Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy high school. I fucking love college. And the only reason I didn't enjoy high school is because no one shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was just 6 hours, not including the career center, of just noise. And I didn't even know I was on the spectrum back there, or else I would have put in some earplugs.
Yeah. Earplugs.
Yeah, earplugs, Oh man, if I could have gotten away with wearing earplugs and sunglasses, I would not have been almost a sociopath in high school. Like, if we get to our 10th...
Everybody that I went, I know they think
that you were
justifiably so that I was just a raging ass.
Yes.
And I was.
Oh yeah,
I was absolutely out of my mind. I could not stop it.
You couldn't. You didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and there was some other stuff that they didn't know about. Your dad and all that stuff.
They didn't know where I came from.
Yeah. You didn't know where you were going.
It was.
Oh no! When we get to
terrible.
When we get to my high school reunion, I owe several people a deep, profound apology.
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, I was the way I was. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know I was on the autism spectrum, and it was just too loud all the time. I didn't mean to be a complete asshole. I didn't mean to be a complete lunatic.
Yeah.
I got better. I do my yoga. I refound God again.
Right.
For like the 4th time in my life, I guess. I don't know. I keep doing that.
At least you're looking.
At least I'm looking. Yeah.
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 That's the secret.
It's like, oh, I figured out. That you have to. Oh, ooh, I gotta send you that video unless I did already. that guru, the old man,
yeah.
Sadhguru.
Yeah.
He said something. Now, mind you, before I found this guy, some of his talks and his Q&As. This was like the first spiritual leader, quote unquote, that I don't want to say we shared the same opinion, but he was able to explain it in a way that not only made sense, but was more eloquently done than I could have. But then again, he's been doing it a lot longer than I am. I'm not gonna dismiss that. But recently, something that has been brought to my attention that he has said is that divinity is not something external. It's not something that, divinity, I think he said something like divinity to people, they see it as like a beam of light or a lightning bolt, is from a source that is not you shining down upon you unexpectedly or randomly. But the reality is divinity has to be cultivated from within. Cultivated. Meaning you have to work on you.
I like that.
I do too, and that's kind of what I've been doing for the past year and a half or so. Or trying to figure out what I'm doing, really, because...
Well, that explains a lot. There's a whole lot of, and I've been there as well. Mm-hmm. Seeking something from an outside source.
Yes, he also said something that made a lot of sense to me as well. So this is actually something in the realm of I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense. I think it was one of his Q&As. Someone had asked him something like. I keep chasing enlightenment. How do I reach it? Or something like that. Which, enlightenment, nirvana, whatever people's name for it, whatever the term for oneness with divinity, whatever the hell that means, essentially is what people mean when they say enlightenment, I guess. But here's the thing.
As if you know what that feels like.
Exactly, and that's exactly what he said.
Oh.
How can you chase something if you don't know what it is?
You could be wrapped up in it.
Yeah, he described it as like a dog chasing its own tail. You just keep going at it, but you don't really know what it is, even if you got your hands on it, because we don't know what the fuck enlightenment looks like.
Not really. Yeah, how do you know you're not already there?
Yeah, how do you know you're not already there? Because you don't. So his advice was just keep going forward.
And maybe that's it.
And maybe that is it. Exactly. All I know is it made me feel better by going, just keep going. I'm like, I can do that. And so I do.
Yeah. It's not really a...
Yeah. I'm not trying to chase anything that I don't know what it is.
It's not really a race to
it's
win.
Not even really. Yeah, exactly.
Or something that will end. That has an end to a finish line.
Yeah, it's an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process.
Yeah. It's like I realize now I was a child until I was like 25.
Right.
And nothing really came to me one day. Well, actually, I take that back. Something did. The thought of that came to mind, and I agreed with myself. The whole thing of okay, we're good. The whole thing of it's like, I don't know, I just had that thought a couple months ago of, I was mentally a child until I hit 25. But that's not something that's just something I naturally concluded to, but I wouldn't have realized that when I was 24.
Right.
I mean, I did, but I didn't. It's like I had the fundamental knowledge of the human mind usually stops developing at about 25. So at 25, that's when, you're like, I guess, an adult because you've mentally stopped developing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But I had the knowledge of that, but the quote unquote wisdom, the quote unquote understanding, and there's like knowing 2 plus 2 is 4 and understanding 2 plus 2 is 4.
Absolutely.
It's like, book-wise, yeah, that's what it says on the piece of paper, but until you actually get there and do it and actually draw it out and contemplate it, do you truly understand?
It's like...
2 plus 2 is 4.
Is 4. It's like, getting your driver's license at 16. The only reason you get your driver's license at 16 is because you're physically able
to handle a car.
To handle a car. It doesn't mean you make mature decisions handling a car.
No, absolutely not. But that's the difference. Yeah. There's the physical understanding of, oh, hey, when I hit this age, I can do this. And then there's the matured understanding of, I done fucked up.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And then that's the whole thing. I mean, you try to minimize. That's something that it's. I don't know if these are really the best terms to put it in. It's not really a terrible way to say it, but it's just
I guess
you're just trying to minimize as a parent.
Sure.
We talk about that. Your teenage years are.
Yeah.
You just try to minimize the. For lack of a better word, you minimize any damage, and get your kids into older age before they make
big life decisions. Yes. Oh my God.
There's a whole bunch of that going on today. That
people not doing that.
Well, they're just not. They're not allowing people to mature as individuals to make these big, huge life decisions.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's unfortunate.
Oh no, I saw it a lot when I was still in college. I remember like the first 2.5 weeks of college, I was still stuck in that high school dress code mentality.
Right.
Can't wear spaghetti strap shirts or shorts, period.
Right.
Even if it's blazing hot outside, which, hey, guess what? Living in our area, it was.
Yeah.
And then one afternoon, I'm going to class, and I see, I didn't know then, but I knew now, the lasses who were mostly responsible for the MJ distribution on the campus. I didn't realize that. I don't know why I would have thought different, but hey, we're here. They wore next to nothing, going to class half the time. I think the most I saw one of them wear was like a jacket in like December, which, makes sense, but that was it. And then it clicked when I saw them, and I went, there's no dress code here. I mean, you can't show up naked, but there's no dress code here.
No.
Because because we're all adults, and the teacher can just as easily tell people to leave and not come back.
Right.
So, people paid attention because that's their money. Right. They're paying for it.
Yeah.
They actually did the work.
Unlike high school.
Unlike high schoolers, where they're just there because legally they have to do something.
They have to be there, yeah.
Yeah, legally they have to be there, or they have to be in homeschooling. Basically, there has to be some sort of record that they're in some form of education. Legally. Yeah, but college is like, no, this is my money or the state's money.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, somebody's paying for it. And if you fuck it up, you just pissed away a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And I understood that, thankfully. So since that day forth, I started cultivating a wardrobe that was something I wanted to wear, at times wanted to wear, and I'm still doing that to this day. So, no, you gotta ease into stuff like that sometimes.
There is a level of maturity that, you just have to...
There's just things you have to go through in order to understand it.
Yeah, you can't...
Yeah, it's like me at, I don't know what being 40 feels like. Because, hey, guess what? I'm not 40.
No.
Fundamentally, I understand that there's a difference between now and 40. But until I get there, I'm not gonna embody that understanding.
Yeah, and you gotta.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you have
it's like
to,
it's not bad or good.
Out. I get so sick of it, but like, oh, you get older.
Oh no, I get that shit all the time.
Like, yes,
my boss
take advantage of your age and your time and enjoy your life. But you know what? Enjoy your life regardless.
Enjoy your life regardless. Life doesn't stop when you hit 40, 45, people.
No.
It's like I have someone who's I'm training someone who's about my age. I think she's a year older than me, and she's just going, oh God, I'm so tired. She's just always going, I'm so old, and I'm like, the fuck you are.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
You got a long way. I tell people, I was like, you're not old as you hit 65. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning of it. Don't shut your life away like this.
It's crazy what people say.
Oh my God. I have to continuously
spit things into existence.
Yeah, exactly.
Just shut up about it.
Yeah, I have to tell people constantly, it's like, oh, that's just my bad luck following me. Don't say that, you idiot.
Yeah, don't give power to darkness.
Don't give power to that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh no, I about backhanded one of my well, I don't want to say favorite in terms of you know what? Fuck it. One of my favorites, because I have likes and dislikes just as much as everybody. I believe being fair with your children. Fuck everybody else.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that seems fair, right? Love your children equally. Hopefully you love your spouse. Everybody else can fuck off. You can have likes, dislikes, favorites, and not favorites. Okay?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just my philosophy. I don't know if just. It seems fair. Because I've
got a drawer full of shirts.
Yeah.
One of them fits you best.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, I've seen what it looks like when you treat your children unevenly.
Yeah, it's not.
I've had friends who've been on both sides of that coin in high school and college and even today.
It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. So, my philosophy, treat your children equally. Hopefully, you love your spouse. Everybody else, you can kind of judge and put into categories of, oh, I like this person, I don't like that person, so fuck it. I about got into it with one of my favorite clients. I won't say their name or who they are, because I like this person, and I hope they succeed in life, whatever they're doing. I don't know, because I don't ask them what their plans are.
Sure.
Because I don't think they're in an environment where they can express why they're trying to get fit in a certain way.
All right.
Anyway, oh no, I got into it with the other day. I'm like, don't you say you have bad luck. Say you have good luck and it will follow you. The reason you have bad luck is because you keep saying you have bad luck. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, now get on the squat rack, damn it. So. Ugh.
I'm going to rep that self-defeating attitude right out of you.
Oh yeah, no, it's why one of my trainer phrasings. If you don't believe in you, I will believe in you for you, and that's a threat. I have to say that to some people.
You don't want to activate that part of me.
Yeah, you don't want to activate that part of me. I will aggressively give you positivity.
That's right.
Yes.
Your hair is immaculate.
Yes. I'm still applying that to the picture of unhappiness with minimal success. But you know what? That's just because that's what gets brought out of me.
Oh, and it's a form of irritation.
Oh, I know it is.
I pick at people.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're just going to be a bitch. Well, hey, guess what?
Guess what? You're not going to be one today.
Oh, my God.
And some of that may be, there's this, it's this attitude of the self-demeaning it's a
self-defeating.
Self-defeating. It's a self-destructive kind of thing.
I don't understand
like
where that comes from.
I'm drowning. Please don't try to save me.
I don't understand where that comes from, though.
I
had always...
They try to drive away anybody who tries to bring anything positive into their life.
I don't know.
I think it's... honestly and truly, I think it's...
This weird death drive, I remember...
This lack of...
This Freudian death drive is what I remember being told it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people,
there's I don't know. I don't.
It's
get
like
it.
I'm a piece of shit. How dare you disagree with me? No, we're not going to get into that today.
Yeah, we're not getting into that today. No.
We're not going to bring that in here.
Nuh-uh.
And I'm not just here to build up your body and mind. I'll
your
work
spirit
I'll work
too.
on your spirit
a little
too,
bit,
a
at
little
least.
bit. And I'm not going to be driven off that. Because I see that's just dysfunctional.
Yeah.
It just is.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. And I'm not going to feed that energy.
No, it ain't. No. This is why for some people I just do the absolute bare minimum because I don't want to encourage their shitty behavior, but I'm not really given a good enough reason for me to go, oh, my sweet poor child.
Yeah, I'm not feeding
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, some people, they bring that out of me, where it's like, you are so fantastic, and you have made great progress.
There are people, right, yeah.
But they bring that out of me because that's what they need. That's what they, I guess, deserve, or
I don't
whatever.
know. There's some people that do that, it's like, they're... But
they respond to it.
Yeah. Then there's some people that...
You just have to crack them over the fucking head with a pull key.
You're just like, they feed this energy. They want you to go, oh, you're so strong. I don't know how you do it. No, I'm not feeding that either.
No. That's an ego thing.
It is.
I'm not. When I say these things, I'm not speaking to the ego. I'm speaking to the you, whatever the fuck that is for most people.
Yeah.
The soul, the thing that observes your thoughts, if that is truly us, whatever. I speak to that.
Right.
No, I don't do ego stroking. No. Because that's not me.
And there's a positive and a negative way to do that.
Correct. I try to adhere to the positive way to do it.
People that are always talking about how bad their life is, how terrible things are happening to them. But I'll make it somehow because they want somebody to go, oh, you're so strong.
Well, some people they just want to be validated because they've made their thing. We talked about this earlier in the podcast about my boss is a trainer, is gonna always be a trainer because that's who she is, for better or for worse.
Better for worse.
But some people, they've made... Oh, my God. I hope my aunt still doesn't do this. Actually, she doesn't, now that I think about it.
Not like she used to.
Not like she used to. Yeah, I remember when my youngest cousin was born, and she was born with... I don't know what the hell she has. I don't want to get into it.
Right.
It's nothing special needs. Like, she was born with some kind of... some sort of disorder that... caused her to be in and out of hospitals and have all these experts look at her a certain way. Again, nothing that's life-threatening, but definitely compromised a large part of her childhood, I like to guess. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I like this person. I like my cousins. They're very successful, and I wish them the best. But for some reason... my aunt, the mother of my cousins, when my youngest was born and was having all these medical complications, was relentless in taking dozens of pictures of my cousin swelled up with hives and rashes and constant Facebook updates about how she had to take my cousin to this doctor and he wouldn't help it, and she would supply pictures of the event. Day in, day out, week after week. It was relentless. It was like keeping up with a medical soap opera with a shitty storyline. But you were still invested because you had that one character that you were like, I don't care what happens to all these other people. I want this person to have a good ending. And at some point, I just had to unfriend and block her on social media. Because I'm just like, I don't want to see pictures of my family member, my blood family members suffering. And it really was just this weird phantasmal carnival of suffering with my cousin, and I just had to stop it. I don't delight in those types of things, but she made being the mother of a sick child as her thing, because that was her thing. And by God, if you try to take that away from her, Some people are like that. They have their thing. That's their thing. It's probably not going to change. Yes, they want validation because what else do they have left? And God help you if you try to poke holes into it.
Yes, God help you if you try to poke holes in it. Yeah.
I do not care for that.
And I love poking holes and stuff.
Oh, I do. I do it accidentally sometimes.
Drowning sacred cows.
Yeah, we
Just
don't do
'cause
it
I'm
on
an
purpose.
ass.
Well, I do it because it's an accident. Sometimes.
I used to do it on purpose.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Sometimes. Oh, God.
Well, people get on my nerves, and I just like.
I swear to God, I probably should have been fired like 5 months ago for asking questions. If my boss wasn't relying on me, I think she would have canned me a long time ago for asking innocuous questions that somehow spiraled into somebody else getting an earful of, getting yelled at. Oh, God. Because I guess for the most part, that whole killing the sacred cow is on purpose, I guess.
Used to be.
I must have picked that up because for me, I do it on accident. It's like, I don't know, fucking...
I mean, I didn't do it to people who that was their lifeline.
No.
I did it to people who really didn't understand what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And they would talk to me.
Like they knew what they were talking about, but
like
they
I didn't know what I was talking about, but they knew what they were talking about. But it was real easy to see that they didn't know what they were talking about. And then I just rough them up.
Sure.
And my attitude, and ultimately, I didn't go looking for it.
Sure.
My attitude was, nobody asked you anything in the first place.
Yeah.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Exactly.
And if you had just left me alone.
Yeah, then we wouldn't be having this
conversation. You just took it upon yourself to
introduce this topic.
This thing, inject it into this exchange.
And now we're here.
And now I'm beating you over the head with it. And now you're mad. Don't get mad at me. You started it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go as a rule.
Oh yeah. There's only one person that I don't do that with, and it's the asshat that starved all that weight off him. Now he looks like the fucking penguin.
Yeah.
He's just a contrarian that doesn't shut up. So oftentimes what I do for him is just be extremely sarcastic. And because here's the thing, if I poke holes in what he's talking about, then he has a counter argument ready for me.
Right.
And I'm like, well, damn, that's whack, yo. Giving him NPC filler lines because that's what I have to resort to being, an NPC. Fuck.
He's not going to give that up.
Oh, I know he won't.
I mean, if he's committed to it enough to try to kill himself through
starvation. Oh no, I've had several of my clients who just so happen to line up with his schedule. They ask me, is he always like that? And I have to tell them, always.
Yeah.
Every single time. He's not having a bad day. No, he's not trying to catch us all up on what he's been up to because he's been away. No.
Imagine if he used his powers for good.
Exactly. Imagine if he wasn't a contrarian. I don't mind a chatterbox.
Yeah.
One of my boss's clients is a chatterbox, but she is a conversationalist. Right. She wants to talk to you. She wants to learn. I want to learn too. She's a realtor. I ask her these realtor questions like, what is a Class A shopping district? What defines what truly is the difference between commercial housing and residential? Like what is the criteria? Now I have a rough idea what the fucking criteria is between a commercial building and a residential, but I want her to tell me because that's her job.
Sure.
Literally. She knows shit that I don't. And that's what I'm interested in.
Right. And
her and I, we talk back and forth, even when she's not supposed to be talking, but she and I just get into it. And if this dude was in the mindset of always be the student, I would have less vitriol for him.
Sure.
But he doesn't. Him coming to the gym, working out with us, is potentially his only social interaction, and by God, is he gonna get that social interaction, which I get. You know, I've put it upon myself.
You guys are his lifeline?
Probably. I have, there is no doubt in my mind that in spite of the whole thing of, that's the only thing that makes me go, you need this, don't you? Because him and my boss are usually at odds with each other over him going, this doesn't work, I need to go on a fast, or I need to stop eating rice and switch to donuts because I lost 10 pounds over a fucking weekend doing that, or whatever. And she's going, no, that's wrong, you're wrong, this is the diet, this is the way it is, this way it's always gonna be, there's no way to change it. And they're just butting heads with each other. And I'm looking at him going, I know you're a contrarian, and I know you like to talk, and I know you're egotistical enough to keep doing it, and I know you're egotistical enough to make yourself go through 40 days of no eating just to prove her wrong. So why don't you leave if you know so much?
Right.
Because we have to be his only lifeline. Or for some reason he doesn't know how to make more lifelines, which I'm like, dude, I am an introvert, but I have the Meetup app, okay? I've got my Facebook events. I can go do stuff myself.
And he only does, what, an hour a week?
An hour, actually. Oh, shit. Nope. He works out, I think, 3 days a week, except he shows up an hour early so he can warm up. Meaning he's getting 2 hours out of her. One he's not paying for. He just goes straight to the elliptical, rides it for like 10-15 minutes so his heart rate doesn't get super high, and then pops off, drinks some more of his fucking weird Gatorade water that is supposed to be a nutrient replacement bullshit, and tries to chat people up. And then gets right back onto the fucking elliptical.
Just remember, there's a high probability that he'll go into cardiac arrest one day, so remember where the 11 is on your phone.
I'll try.
He'll try.
I will try.
He better watch out.
Yeah, he better fucking watch out.
Yeah.
No, you can't just, you cannot just go 40 days without eating and work out an hour, 3 hours out of a week at the same time. No. Hell, even doing a 3-day fast with that type of schedule is not optimal. Yeah, it's tough. It's not optimal. So, no, sooner or later, that consequence of that is going to rear its head because he hasn't 100% stopped being gray, and his eye, one of his eyes, is just constantly bloodshot. And I don't know why that one eye is always bloodshot now. I think it's his left, my right. So it's always just red and irritating. The other one usually...
There's something about, I think it has to do something with the brain.
Oh, it has to be the brain.
At people who are overstressed, they have, their left eye looks different than their right eye.
That's for damn sure.
And I think it has to do with a part of the brain, something to do with the brain, the right hemisphere.
The right hemisphere, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know when this guy's clock is about to run out, but I know it will, which is sad, and I don't like that I know that.
I know it's a drag.
Yeah, it's a fucking drag.
Yeah, it's a drag.
Yeah, I have a similar, this is similar but different. We have a similar thing with my grandmother's, your mom, and the other grandma.
Right.
It's like, you know the clock's going to run out. You don't know when, but you know it's coming. But the thing is, they're old. They haven't done anything stupid.
No.
They're just grandmas.
Yeah.
Or your ma, Not to bring up anything touchy, just, that's just old age. That's just what happens with old age.
Right.
This fucker did it to himself.
Right.
That's the difference.
What is he, in the 30s, 20s?
Oh, no. He's got to be, like, in his 50s, possibly.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
40s, 50s, I don't think 60s. But no. He's around your age. Maybe younger. Maybe a little younger, but no. Oh, no. He done fucked himself up. I know that, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I didn't have to be a nurse for 30 years to realize that.
No.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion of... I don't have to know exactly how you're fucked up, to understand that you're fucked up. You know, does that make sense?
It does.
It's why I ask you these questions of, hey, you know that part of your fingernail, that crescent moon near the flesh of your finger, how it's always supposed to be white? Yeah, what happens when it's black? Or, hey, this dude's left eye is just always bloodshot. What does that mean? I ask you these questions.
Right.
Because you have a better understanding of how they fucked up. But I know they are fucked up.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
You know when you look at something and that's not right.
And it's not right. I don't know how it's not right, but I know something's not right.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. Personally.
Sure.
You know,
Note to self, don't do that.
Yeah, note to self, don't do that. Oh no. Oh no, my career as a personal trainer, however long or short it inevitably is, it is a gigantic list of things I can do and should do, and a whole lot of stuff that I can't do and shouldn't do.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because sometimes the best examples are of things of what not to do.
Of what not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm not upset because of this career path in the least. I have knowledge that will benefit me and my kids for the rest of their days. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to lose weight. I know how to get into a certain type of shape. Because I now know what that looks like. I now know what that procedure is like.
Right.
But damn, do I know what not to do to reach a certain goal or to live my life.
That's half the battle.
Shit. 60 to 65 hours a week. And don't have no money saved.
And don't have no money.
That was what killed it for me, aside from the incident, was...
I'd sleep in my car if I had to work like that.
Exactly.
And I couldn't save any money.
Mm-hmm.
Or get a van or something.
Something.
A van down by the river.
Or whatever.
Oh, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah. That was the part that got me when she announced all that. Her not. Look, I get it. Times are tough. She was leasing her house for some reason. Someone bought the property out from under her, so to speak. The landlord didn't renew her lease because someone was just going to buy it outright. I get that she was upset. But when she said the words, I have no money saved, in spite of the work hours she's putting in, that made me go, oh, I can't stay here anymore.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm burnt out like you are, in a different way, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have trauma. I'm literally just burnt out. You know, it's like, I like everybody. I do. I like my clients, except for like 2 of them. I like my clients. I like the job. I could do this job as my career, but not with her.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does.
It's like, I would much rather do what, your old friend your trainer friend. That guy.
Which one?
That guy. The one that was, and who was like my first personal trainer. You know him.
Your first person. Oh!
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
That guy, yeah.
That guy, yeah. I would rather do something like that. Except more one-on-one, because I'm just built that way. Because in my opinion, if you have like more than 4 or 5 people to train in a single hour, that is too much, in my opinion. Because I now understand is like, okay, the trainer's not as focused, you're just kind of doing just general body work, which is fine, but, you know, I want a little bit more personal one-on-one time, you know?
Well, it's kind of like,
some people need training groups, and that's fine, but I would rather do that on my own if I was going to do it.
It's like people that cut hair.
Mm-hmm.
They learn how to cut hair in a salon, and then they develop
their style.
They develop their style. They develop a customer base.
And they go somewhere else.
They go somewhere else to start their own studio.
Yeah, it's what my trainer did.
Yeah.
That's what my trainer did. He got a place further in town. You know, I don't know what the fuck kind of rent he's paying, but
That's what he does.
And that's what he does. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know?
He enjoys it.
Yeah, he enjoys it. But the problem with me is that I don't know if it's just me. It might be just the beer flu. But something else I've noticed with the beer flu is it's made a lot of people, me included, a little bit more not wanting to go out as much, a lot more introverted, a lot more not wanting to hang around people. I've seen that. I experienced that to this day.
Yeah.
Where I am very keen on talking to people minimally, but as soon as I talk about like, oh hey, come to my gym, we'll do a free workout, then to me it just starts to feel artificial, and I lose them. Like I'm not being authentic, even though I'm just inviting them out to a fucking workout.
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
It'll come.
I know it'll come, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to try to talk to people who really just don't care, because no one cares.
That's what I'm running into. I deal with it's called non-compliance.
How so?
In other words, there's like a person who, okay, you can either keep doing what you're doing. It's going to make your health worse. Mm-hmm. This will make your health better.
Yeah.
And then getting pushback.
Yeah.
And my attitude is, why are you here?
Yeah. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm
trying to get people to volunteer for it.
Right. And I'm tired of dealing with people. I want to deal with people who want to live.
Yes.
I want to deal with people who want to be better.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them to climb a mountain.
No, you're
I'm
not.
just saying, you just have to live your life a certain way. You have to eat a certain way. You've gotten yourself into a situation
which happens. It happens to us all.
I'm just tired of dealing with people who are giving, they argue with me, and it's like, I am not trying to make you do anything you don't. I mean, what are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? Exactly. Oh, I know.
I want to work with people who want to live.
Yes.
I want to work with people who want to be healthy. Mm-hmm. They're out there.
Yeah, they are.
I just got to find them.
Yeah.
That's where I'm headed.
Fuck. Well, I'm done finding these people.
Yeah.
Even I'm trying to get into some sort of at-home typing job, because I'm sick of trying to find these people. Another thing that annoys me about it is sometimes my boss will send me on these these networking parties, or like when she sent me to that rodeo, and she's trying to get me to set up a table at a freaking marathon or something like that, and I'm like, oh hell nah. Are you going to? No. Oh, you're just sending me? Oh. No. How about no? Like, I'm not doing this. Because I'm done trying to find people. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just done.
Yeah.
I would much rather get a tricked out laptop with some kind of internet connection. I don't know how I'm going to fathom that. I might have to do some sort of crazy ass hotspot Wi-Fi program with my phone if the cell phone company allows that. And I would much rather do the typing, transcripting, coding, whatever job somewhere in the mountains or by the beach, somewhere that's not my house. Then I'd rather go and do all this.
You might be tired of dealing with people too.
Oh, I'm definitely tired of dealing with people too.
That might be it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm just getting to the point where, I don't know, it may be more about me, because it's this whole thing of, I'm trying not to let this whole thing of, I have all these friends, and I have a wife, and I have a husband, and we have a child, and I see that stuff of some people on, and I'm just like, I'm trying not to feel like I am behind, because I know I'm not.
No.
With the understanding that we both have, I know that I'm not behind all these people, but at the same time, I'm looking at them and I'm like, I'm just trying not to be the bitter single person, because I'm not.
No.
Because I know I'm a tall order. I'm not negating that. You know, I understand I have certain requirements, and well, I don't really see an awful lot of people standing to fill the requirements.
You may have to change your approach.
Yeah, I actually have to go outside. Oh no, that's why I downloaded some app that you just go and you just meet up with people and shit like that. Yeah, just events. It's kind of like those Facebook events and stuff. But at the same time, I'm just looking around and I'm like, can I find somebody that has done some kind of emotional development and is not a fucking child for a change? Because I'm just done with all that. Done with that with everybody.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, it is a fucking tall order. Yeah, I just want somebody to look at me, and I will also reciprocate, and I want them to say, hey, I see you. I appreciate you for who you are. I feel unsafe when I'm around you, or something like that. It's like, I fear for my safety when I'm around you. And I'm like I also see you, appreciate you, and also fear for my safety around you, too. I have to go find Mad Max or something like that.
Yep.
That's fine. You know, and I also had to start asking myself these questions of, do I actually want to be a yoga instructor, or do I just want the really nice vacation in Bali that just so happens to have a whole lot of yoga and a teacher training certificate at the end? Does that make sense? Like, the answer isn't no. It's not like...
The answer isn't no.
The answer isn't no, because either way, I'm fulfilled, because I like going to yoga a hell of a lot more than I like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Because there's not Van Halen's Jump at the yoga studio.
I bet not.
There fucking better not be, or I'm gonna destroy their speaker. I don't know, it's just a drag. But the thing is, we're literally going into the winter. We're going into the dark months. So I expect everybody to be an emotional wreck, because we're also about to go into a really bad year.
I think next year is going to be... I think next year is going to be a really good year.
For us, or...
I mean, just for everybody.
How so?
Well, it's darkest for the dawn.
I know that.
Come out of a very dark period of time.
Yeah.
It's still going to be kind of suppressed next year.
Oh, I know that.
But, you know, next year is going to be the turn, I think, of everything.
Oh, God, it better, because I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of Jeff going sideways. Yes, I'm still on this whole shtick.
You might need a vacation.
I do need a vacation.
You do.
Like, an actual vacation.
Yeah, where you...
Or, not a shtick, excuse me. This whole Jeff is the economy shtick.
Yeah.
I know that. And I can very easily plan one. I've got a pretty penny saved up. A whole lot of pretty penny. The problem is, I don't know where to go. I might have to actually ask, should I even ask the matriarch about, like, Airbnbs and shit? Or would she just...
I don't know.
Because she seems very intent on... now, I don't...
What about traveling to a yoga event?
Oh, I know. That's what the whole Bali thing is. Like, I don't want to go to Bali because there's a fucking war in the Ukraine, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to go into. I don't want to be near a war zone. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm looking for stuff like that. I'm just like, oh God. You know, this is why I'm very adamant about getting some kind of RV or some kind of van that I can trick out and sleep in, so I can just be like, peace, and I'm gone. I'm just gone.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's wanderlust. Maybe I do need a vacation. Maybe I need to not have this type of job anymore. Maybe all of the above. I don't know. But all I know is I'm tired of Jeff going sideways, because I am. Jeff needs to pick a direction and stick to it. This fucking fragmented dingo man of an economy.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's this weird thing of I'm not unfulfilled, but at the same time, I still feel like I need to do something despite the fact that there's nothing to do because everything's in the toilet, and that doesn't garner a lot of peace about myself.
No.
It buys me it does buy me some peace.
There isn't anything you can do about it.
Exactly. That's why I've got like 6 different hobbies. That's why I have the art and the bass and the yoga and the meditation. That does help a lot, by the way. Really, really does. Even though I should do it a hell of a lot more than like 5 minutes a day. But all I know is I'm just glad I have lifelines in place. But I don't know what has happened. Actually, I think I know part of what's been going on. I feel like I'm almost because, well, hang on a second. How do I explain this without sounding like an egotistical, megalomaniacal maniac? It's almost like this sense of disenfranchisement with the people around me, my peers and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
Because here's the thing, I've been for the last year and a half, possibly 2 years. I'll lowball and say year and a half. Okay, so I've been trying. Oh, I know what.
That's what hit you so hard with your boss. She let you down.
No, I don't mean that. I mean even before that. Oh my god, I'm gonna stab my ex. I'm gonna wait till he's like 85 and I'm gonna stab him because then he won't do anything. So anyway, for legal reasons, this is a joke. Actually, yeah, I know that's too much work. That's too much waiting. I don't have time for that. So I basically just doing the whole thing of, journaling first thing in the morning, just take 3 pages each morning, just dump all your thoughts into it and go about your day. Reading these self-help books that talk about, like I've been hamming and hawing about, doing your inner work, your shadow work. Hey, asking yourself these questions. Why does this irritate you? Why does that make you sad? And then you ask yourself these questions of, why does that irritate me? Why does that make me sad? And basically you're trying to trick your brain into telling you the reason I get pissed off in traffic is because growing up I saw one of my parents be pissed off in traffic and I just thought that was normal.
Right.
It's why I get nervous. It's why I get nervous sometimes when the matriarch is driving my car, is because if she gets into traffic and then all hell's gonna break loose. And then I'm in traffic and I'm like, okay, I don't get road rage anymore because, well, I do a little bit if people cut me off, but then again, they cut me off.
Right.
I'm not getting pissed off because there just so happens to be an extra 50 cars in the road than there ought to be.
Is there anything you can do about it?
Yeah, because there's nothing I can do about it. But that's the thing that I got to with certain things of my life. I'm like, why does this piss me off? Why am I upset because of this interaction? Oh, and I just start writing this shit down and just getting it out of my head, and I go, oh, this reaction is this is the cause of this reaction. And then I can look at the cause and then look at the reaction and then look back at the cause and I can go, I don't want to do that anymore. And then I start working on, okay, how do I not do that anymore? And I just keep going through it until it either resolves itself or is minimalized into being I get pissed off at traffic, maybe, and this is just an example.
Right.
I just get pissed off at traffic less and less.
No, that's where you have to get.
That's where I have to get. But the problem is, in me doing this, I didn't realize in me doing shit like that, in going, asking myself these questions of, what is the cause of this reaction? And I go, I don't have to associate myself with this anymore because this is no longer me, and just working through that.
Right.
Unfortunately, what that has done is I very quickly realized not everyone does that. So when...
Oh, no.
No,
they don't.
And that's what I keep running into. That's
Oh.
why I'm having problems with people, is because since the beer flu, I went, well, I can't go outside. I might as well go inward. And like I said, I'm not trying to feed my ego. I'm literally just saying I've been doing my inner work for the past year and a half, 2 years, probably since probably a couple months after March of 2020. Podcast, we get our, we take what's inside and we talk it through here. This helps too.
Right.
And I got to the point where I very quickly realized that all of my peers not only don't do their inner work, they don't ask themselves, hey, why does this irritate me? Or why do I do that?
You're just on a different path.
Yeah. And then that started to inadvertently ostracize me even further from people, because I've lost... I don't know if I've lost anything or I've excelled past something. I just lost the ability to connect with people on a certain level.
You're going through a stage. This is not something that
is permanent.
I don't think it being as annoying as it is right now is permanent.
Oh God, I hope not.
I think I was at the same age you are when I kind of transitioned.
Okay.
And began to realize, and it does cut you off from people because you realize.
Holy shit, it does.
You begin to realize it's one thing to be around people who are not growing. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to be around people who are not growing and trying to pull you back down.
Exactly.
That's
one of the reasons why I don't. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to be near my boss anymore, despite the fact that I know she's a person and a good human being, and her heart is in the right place. And
here's the thing to consider when you're thinking about a relationship.
And that's what stops me from being in a relationship.
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's the good part of that.
Uh-huh.
You haven't tied yourself to someone.
I have not. No, sir.
Who is not growing. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to battle them on a daily basis.
Correct. That's the main thing that keeps me from...
Because you are growing and they are not.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm not going, I'm gonna die an old maid, I'm never gonna have... That's the one thing that stops me from doing that.
There's a lot of people that have attached themselves...
Exactly.
...to someone who they start growing... And it's really interesting when you see it happen. When you see someone...
You even talked about it with, your graduating class of nurses. And one of the main things that they were talking about, what are you going to get when you graduate nursing school?
I'm going to get a car.
Yeah, I'm going to get a house. I'm going to move to the beach.
And then at least half of them said...
I'm going to get a divorce.
Get a divorce.
When I graduate nursing school. Because they... had in it, because they didn't know any better either.
They were in relationships with
men or women, mostly men, because it's nursing. That's fair. They were just a piece of shit. They
were growing educationally. Yeah. They were growing academically. Mm-hmm. They were growing. They had ambition.
Yeah,
and they were married to someone who did not
any of it.
And not only. That's when I began to realize that there's a big problem to a lot of people's relationship is the person that your partner is trying to drag you down because they realize you're one really good paycheck away from leaving them.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to get that really good paycheck.
No. And that's the one thing that stops me from having a pure existential crisis over, oh my God, am I going to have a family? I'm going to have a family, just going to take longer. Because apparently
it's going to be here when it gets here.
It's going to be here when it gets here, and I found some measure of peace over that. I'm just trying to cut away at everyone going no.
Well, what happened? I mean,
I have to take the metaphorical machete and cut back all the people.
You spend so much energy trying to keep somebody else from drowning.
That you can't stay afloat
That you
either.
can't stay afloat either.
Yeah, and in this moment, I myself am staying afloat.
You are staying afloat.
Yeah, this is why part of my, it's like.
So when I talked to you about you and Bro about getting a relationship with someone who has a college degree.
Yes.
And it isn't just about an educational thing. It's you have to prove to yourself that you can do it. And you need to be with someone who is, without you, proven that they can do it too.
Yes.
That they have accomplished something.
I can't
because if you can't get a college degree, how you going to stay in a relationship?
Yeah, even just an associate.
Exactly.
Like just prove that you have the ability.
You have the ability.
Because that's the difference. High school, you legally have to be there. Or at least I don't know. Most states, I believe.
Yes,
I think there might be like 2 or 3 where you don't have to do that. I don't know. We don't live there.
No.
But legally, with public school, legally you have to be there,
right?
Or you have to, or your parents have to show some kind of document saying that you are in education, and you're not just some asshat at your parents' house doing nothing or whatever.
Right.
But college, that's either like I said, your money or the state's money.
Right.
But it's paid for.
Right.
And if you fuck it up, you wasted money.
And you have to get up and you have to make yourself.
You have to make yourself do it. I did.
You have to make yourself go there. You have to make yourself do the work.
Have to make yourself study, take the test, not get fucked up completely on the weekends. Hell, even when I had my Oscar party incident, I still got up the next day, took a test, went to class, wrote a weird-ass political paper for my government class, which I wish I saved an original copy of, I'm not gonna lie, and still went to my job, high as a damn kite, because no one told me there was something in the brownies. And if you can't do that, then my friend... we just ain't gonna have it.
How are you gonna stay in a relationship?
How are we gonna stay in a relationship?
So it is.
And plus, I want someone else to talk to about philosophy and history and the true divine nature of the world besides you and maybe your ma. Because she's about the only person that can get kind of close to, the whole what if God is not a man or a woman? What if it's everything? Everything.
Just abstract stuff.
Just abstract stuff. I'm tired of people not being able to I don't look down on these people, okay? No. This is not a matter of I'm looking down on you because you can't entertain abstract stuff. I'm just tired of interacting with someone they come to me and they're like, hey, did you see that football game this past Sunday? And I'm going, do you think God is truly within us? Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not trying to be an intellectual, philosophical asshole. This is literally how my brain works. Right. Which I think is also part of the autism spectrum because I remember reading that we don't do small talk really well. I think we're just geared towards more abstract things, which also means I'm gonna have to find potentially somebody who's on the spectrum to talk to. And I know I do because one of my potential clients, it was that kid that was just blasted on Adderall. Mm-hmm. He was the only person in literal years who has been able to keep up with me in a conversation. And I almost wish he did started training, but he was 17 and his dad was a store stocking shelf person. So they couldn't afford training, which, no dirt. I'm not gonna bend over backwards just to get you in here because, hey, I gotta get paid too.
Yeah.
I gotta get paid a certain level too.
If I take you, there could be somebody that I won't be able to take who can take,
exactly. So it's it's not personal. This is literally just how the business works. So, but I always remembered that. I'm like, oh, this kid is so, he's up to his literally so, his eyes are so dilated. He is so much on Adderall. And I looked at him and I went, you're on the autism spectrum, aren't you? And almost like he kind of shook his head like I caught him red-handed, like he was trying, like I caught him stealing from the cookie jar at night.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "How did you know?" And I said, "Because, my friend, I am the same way."
Yeah.
And I told him it gets easier.
Yeah, it does.
It gets so much easier. Right now, you are wired. You are having to take meds to keep you straight. I will tell you, my friend, it gets easier as you get older, as you understand how to get around certain things. I wasn't able to tell him, but one thing that I remember very early on in my childhood was it was hard for me to look people in the eye, even with you making me look people in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that I didn't want to do it because I was being disrespectful. It was just something in my brain just said no. And it was something in my brain, I didn't know how to fix it. Until one day, as a person on the spectrum, I tell people who are also on the spectrum, look at one of their eyes. Just pick one.
Just pick one.
Just pick one and stare at that instead. Instead of trying to maintain eye contact with both, you just pick one.
Yes.
Blink a couple times so they know you're human, and keep going. And I tell
little tricks.
Little tricks here and there, you know. Have a pair of sunglasses on you at all times. I do. Have earplugs if you know you're going to go somewhere loud. Hell, even if you don't know you're going somewhere loud, I got a pair of earplugs in my purse right now.
Yeah.
The sunglasses, they're always on me, even when I'm training people, just permanently. Like if I had if I get to the point where I need glasses all the time like you do, I'm definitely getting the ones where it turns into sunglasses in the daylight.
Yeah.
That is the only way I will ever have glasses is if they do that. I will pay through the teeth for it.
It's made a big difference in my life.
Yeah, because now you don't have to carry around you don't have to carry an extra pair of sunglasses on you. You're just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sunlight is excruciating.
Yeah, it's not just sunlight, artificial light. Just if it's just bright, or if it's loud, or if it's just overwhelming. I don't like that, man.
No, it does weird. Makes me weird.
Yeah, it makes me weird. It's why I put up tapestries instead of painting my walls, because if I'm like, oh hell no, I can just take them down and stare at a white wall.
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do want to paint my room like some kind of calming lilac, just to give it something other than this mildly garish, yellowy white. Something.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with it, but I've been staring at it for the past several years, and I want a purple room. I want my room to be purple.
Sure.
Because purple's having a big moment in my wardrobe right now. I don't know. Yeah, but that's why I put up tapestries.
You gotta figure these things out.
Yeah, you gotta figure these things out, and it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right, I'm hungry and I have to pee. So, okay, that was my whinging, borderline existential crisis averted. I feel better. Because I was trying to articulate how much I felt like I wasn't a human being by doing things that helped me grow as a human being, and then realize, oh God, no one else does this, and I feel like I'm on an island in a way that I've never felt in my life, even in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm right there, and I want to go make some avocado toast and cry about it later. So
Awesome.
All right. For legal reasons, the crying part was a joke.
Yes.
All right, you
Jokey
good?
Joke. I'm good.
All right, sweet. I hope everyone can hear the vaporwave. It's royalty free, so
I can hear it.
I can hear it. I just hope in post we'll be able to hear it. Just some kind of ambiance.
Yep.
But anyway, well, that's it, folks. Was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.
See you.